Hey, welcome to the off ramp. I am your host, Thomas Jason Anderson. If you guys like the program I'm doing, if you like the content, please subscribe, please share, please like. All of your comments are appreciated. All of your supporters appreciate it. So I'm just going to get right to it. The world needs a leadership change, straight up, straight up. And when I say that, I'm not talking about the typical, oh, we got to get rid of Donald Trump. I mean, of course, everyone's saying that. Okay, everyone's focus is Donald Trump, Donald Trump. It's like, look, man, we need leadership change across the board. Basically, the old people who are running things, they gotta retire. They have to retire. They they're not cut out for this world that we're in. It's too fast paced. People have too much knowledge. What do I mean by that? Like, we have access to too much information. The old people who are running things are used to a society where when they tell everyone something, everyone just believes it. If they decide, hey, this person's a bad guy, everyone just believes it and they just go along with it. We're in an age now where if you're an old person and you're in charge, you can say whatever you want. People aren't going to believe you. They will go online, they will do internet searches, they will go to AI, they'll do a million and one things. But people now have the opportunity to create their own truth and their own reality. They don't need the old way of things anymore. And that's what these old guys are keeping in place. And unfortunately, what they've done is they've recruited and they've showered money and power on younger people that do nothing but listen to what they say or do things in a way that the old guys think should be done the old fashioned way. And that was one of the things that I didn't like about Trump's campaign, the MAGA movement, Make America Great Again. I saw where the world was going and I thought to myself, well, America is never going to go back to any way that it was in the past. It's impossible. No society, no country can go back and become something that they were in the past. Not anymore. We're beyond that. We're at the place now where we need leaders with vision. We need some JFK type leaders, some Martin Luther King Jr. type leaders. That's what we need right now. We need people with vision, people who are brave, people who are willing to lead through the face, through an onslaught of attacks and criticism, right? That's what the world needs, and we don't have it. Instead, we have a cabal of old people who hate anyone who's strong, who hates anyone who has a unique voice. They can't stand it because from their perspective, because they're from this old world, man, this old world that doesn't exist anymore. From their perspective, the world is better when the people in charge are just listened to blindly. The world is better when the people in charge chart a path forward that, how can I put it? That's not dynamic, that isn't new. All these old guys want to do is keep the same issues going over and over and over again. You can see it in our politics in the United States. Okay, you can look at the arguments that people are having in the election coming up, in these midterms coming up. Oh, what about health care? Oh, the gas prices are high. Oh, what about, trade with China? And what about the interest rates in the stock market? Like, this is literally, we've been having these same arguments for decades. They can't find a new argument. And they won't find any new arguments. They won't find any new things to talk about. And the reason why they won't is because they thrive off of conflict. These people in power, these old dogs who are in power, they stay in power by keeping all of us fighting with each other. And the way that they do it is over the same issues. Immigration. And so if you notice, there's never a solution to any problem ever. It's an argument and a fight to infinity that will never end. And it's been designed this way because the old dogs in power, this is how they stay in power. Because if we're all arguing about the same old issues that we've been arguing about for 30, 40, 50 years, then we aren't paying attention to the people at the top who are literally useless, totally useless. How do I know they're useless? Because these guys, these old women, these old people at the top right now, whether it's politics, whether it's business, it doesn't matter, or the media, okay? The arguments that they're having today, the issues that they care about today are the exact same issues they cared about in 1985, in 1995, in 2005. It's been the same. And they're sitting here in their leadership positions like they're so important, like they have all the answers, when they're the same guys who haven't found an answer for these issues since they've been young people. Think about it. Think about it. You've got people here who have been fighting over these issues since they left college in the 70s. They were smoking weed, having group sex orgy things out at stupid hippie concerts, taking heroin, all that stuff. They protest the Vietnam War. Oh, no war, all peace. And these same people are doing the exact same thing today, 40, 50 years later. They think they're still college kids. For real. And they don't want to let go. They don't want to retire. Have you noticed? All these old people don't want to retire. They just want to keep hanging on and hanging on and hanging on. Yet they know they don't have a solution. They have no solutions. All they have are new talking points to create new arguments. And they all want to go out on top compared to the person they've been arguing with since high school. This is where we're at. And they've sat here and they've selected other leaders within corporate America, within the media that they like, who continue their same stupid arguments. No matter how much the world changes, it's the same hippie crap from the 60s and 70s. It's ridiculous. And you can see this in every nation around the world. You can see it in Europe. You can see it in China. You can see it in Russia. Vladimir Putin, the arguments he has, a lot of them are the same arguments they've been having since the 1940s and 50s in the Soviet Union. The same damn arguments, the same history lessons about how Russia was this and da 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 da. And they're all trying to get the same exact goal. But in reality, all they're doing is holding on to power through arguing over bullshit, made up bullshit. In the meantime, we've got nuclear weapons. They're using those to threaten people. We've got biological weapons. We have weapons of the mind through AI and the internet, where the entire world is basically going insane. You've got people out here who are so addicted to the internet and to AI that they don't even know reality anymore. And these old farts have no clue what this is all about. They've got no answer for it. And so I've said this a million times. One of our biggest issues, if you go online and social media, is we've got a huge cyberbullying issue, gang stalking issue, organized crime issue on social media. You can see it sometimes. Every once in a while, you'll see an article pop up. Father and daughter used, I'll just give it as an example, Facebook Marketplace or Craigslist to sell a bicycle to someone. And the person who came shot and killed both of them and ran off with the bike. Like, these are the kind of crimes we're dealing with today. Yet these old guys, what they want is an FBI that's protecting the banks, that makes sure that the bank robbers can't steal from the bank. But really, in reality, where people are being robbed is digitally online. They're having their identity stolen. There, there are cryptocurrency scams, retirement, 401k scams. That's we shouldn't be thinking about bank robberies. We need to be thinking about how do we clean up the internet? How do we make it so that people can have true privacy on the internet um, without being totally erased with their identity? There are so many bots from all over the world jumping on the platforms like X. You don't even, it's impossible to know who is real and who isn't. And then the real people get drowned out. They don't have a voice. The bots just a tsunami of bots just wipe out anyone who has an opinion that doesn't match with whoever is the bot master. Like these are the real problems we're facing. Seriously. And you don't hear anyone in politics or the media even caring about this. They don't even know that it exists. Do you think Hillary Clinton knows anything about bot farms? No. And yet, she's still running around as a political leader. Do you think Barack Obama knows anything about bot farms? No, he knows nothing about that. And yet, here he is as a political leader saying blah, 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 wherever. Okay. This is a massive problem. And I think the only way it gets fixed or it gets solved is if the old people retire. They got to retire. They need to sit their old behinds in their diapers down in some retirement home in West Florida, okay, where they're half the time, they're sitting on their front porch, drinking, some lemonade, and they're talking to their nurse assistant about whatever flowers are good in their garden. That's what they need to be doing. We do not need them running corporations, running the media, running political campaigns. Get the hell out of here. Get out of here. Like I said, this was my biggest problem with MAGA. Make America great again. Nah, man, we need to make America what it should be for the future. Whatever that is. But I can promise you this. These old guys have no clue what that's going to be. They don't know. And it's not just here in the United States, it's all around the world. So, my thing, guys, look, this message isn't for everyone. Like I said before, if you guys please subscribe, share, and like the content here. This message, I'm targeting a certain group of people out here. It's not for everyone. It's for the people out here who can see that all of us, all of our, I don't care what the political party is, I don't care what nationality or nation, people, for those of you who can see we're really off the rails, that we're not paying attention to the real problems facing ourselves and our families and our communities, and that our leadership, they're totally oblivious to this. They're detached. Some of them, they're just so wealthy, they have no clue what all of us are having to live through. And they don't give a damn to know. They don't give a damn. So this is for those people out there who understand this. It won't be most of you. It won't be. Most people are going to argue and not like what I have to say. Most people want to believe in these old guys. Most people think that it's possible to make America great again. Most people want to argue about immigration and the Voting Rights Act. This is what they want to argue about. Endless arguments, on and on and on. Most people want to prove how much they know about politics and history and all this crap. Well, that's not what the off ramp is here for. I'm here. I'm talking with the content I'm providing. What I'm talking about, the issues I'm focused in on, are issues that matter to us for real. People, regular people, our families, our communities. I'm probably one of the few voices out here talking about the online internet problem, the social media problem, the identity theft problem. People are like, well, yeah, we know it's an issue. Well, it's like the biggest issue out there. How could that be when, it's healthcare is the biggest issue? That's the biggest issue. No, it's not the biggest issue. Okay? It's not. The biggest issue is we're being scammed from top to bottom. And even if we found a solution for healthcare, you think it's going to be implemented? No, because we have a system in place where politically, you're never going to get what you want. And I don't care what nation you're in. Even if they come up with the perfect plan for healthcare, it's still going to turn out to be a scam. I promise you. I'm telling you. And so for those of you who understand what I'm saying, yeah, we need things, we need to be looking at integrity, issues of integrity, truth, justice. Because if we don't fix these issues, transparency, if we don't get transparency, if we don't get honesty, if we don't get the truth, if we don't get justice, then to hell with all these arguments, to hell with all of these stupid issues. Because even if we get the perfect solution, it's going to be scammed up out of us. It's going to get scammed away because there's no transparency, there's no justice, there's no truth. So yeah, that's this content is not going to be for everyone. So many people want to stick to the stupid arguments of the day, the same arguments they've been having now for the past 30 years with no solution, no answer. We need new leadership, leadership that cares about transparency, honesty, the truth, justice. That's what we need. If you think about it, it was guys like JFK. It was guys like Martin Luther King Jr., RFK, Roosevelt, George Washington, Abraham Lincoln. That's what we need. Real leadership. Okay? Leadership that's willing to do the right thing in the name of truth, honor, and justice. We've forgotten these things. We don't even care about these things. No one even talks about these things. You're not hearing anyone arguing or having a fight over transparency or the truth or justice or honesty. You don't hear it. Instead, oh, let's talk about the healthcare. It's not right. Trump is a racist and he won't let us have our healthcare. This is what they've been saying now for 40, 50 years. It's never going to end until we have real leadership to come to the table to bring to the people what we really need. And this is everywhere across the board. I'm not just talking about politics. I'm talking about the media. Leaders in the media need to be all about transparency and the truth and honesty, justice, truth to power. They don't give a damn about that. No, they care about clicks. That's what they care about. Oh, which media outlet supports which politician? We have totally lost our way. So that's what this message is for. That's what this content is for, the people who understand we've lost our way. We're arguing over bullshit. All right? Dressed up as important. There aren't very many of us out there. But thank you so much for those of you who are. Thank you for the support. I'm building this thing. I'm not stopping. I'm going to keep pushing and pushing. I'm going to keep calling these guys out. I don't give a damn who they are. Like I said before, I don't support any of these politicians. None of them. Now, if they're doing something on one issue that's good, I'll say, hey, on this issue, okay, good. But overall, they're not doing their jobs. None of them are. None of them are. In every country. It's a scam. So that's what this content is for. Thank you guys for the support. I'm going to keep pushing, man. I don't care. Please subscribe. It really helps, the subscriptions, okay? Because I'm telling you, I'm not buying follows. I'm not buying subscribers. I'm not doing that. I'm doing this the straight up way, word of mouth. So yeah, subscribe and please tell 3 of your friends. All right, I appreciate it. With that said, I'll be on with some more content later on today. Thank you so much for your support. I am Thomas Jason Anderson, and this is The Off Ramp. Have a great evening.